They blood, like they family bloodline.
Yeah, it's the royal line.
Hanson family.
It's not a lot of copies of this thing either.
From 1760 to 1867.
Oh, that's they said 100 plus, nigga. That's
Maybe 200-300 years old. Move. I don't even want to open it around you. Move.
Give me my baby and stop fucking being mean to her.
I'm not trying to be mean. She just, when everybody is paying attention to her.
I'm a baby.
When nobody paying attention to her, she want to be in everybody's face.
She's a baby.
This is crazy.
Tell me, make Legacy a bowl of noodles.
I'm putting this in my videos. Put it right on fucking YouTube.
the whole apocrypha, everything. Pacifier, please.
They got all the books in it. It's not separate. Because they don't, some of this stuff they don't want you to know, so they make you go find it. This is a book where it got all in it in there. You don't have to go and look for it.
You said that's why it had the locks on it, right?
Mm-hmm. Because it's a sacred book.
Now you think about the shit, they don't put locks on shit that ain't mean nothing, really.
Yeah, that's that fake cross shit, but it's the simple fact that it has, you could lock
I can make
the
your
book.
sister a bowl of noodles.
Well, it can't be open. Just like that.
Wait,
like
where is it said? Where is it said? Where is it at? Instead of it saying Revelation, it say Apocalypse.
Right here.
That's scary, but it say the same thing, right?
This the picture.
No, it says Revelation in our book. Look how old this shit is. I want people to see this shit. What they stole from the black people.
Say apocalypse.
Instead of it saying, that's some trippy shit too.
So they know what the apocalypse is coming for. They know these things. That's why they're getting it in. These white people trying to go to the color.
That's an old ass picture.
Get up off the...
You still want to look at this?
Yeah, I was just getting the last records in.
Sit down.
We're going to leave it. Just put it up.
All right. The Act of the Apostles. We got some old artwork here, because I'm putting this on my YouTube channel.
They're going to come find your ass. Beat your ass. Where you get that fucking Bible?
Yeah. How did that nigger get it?
Put it up, yes, for 4 minutes.
That's crazy.
Tabby, get our walker. I'm going to put her in there.
I seen this Bible years ago.
That's a good Bible. I say I got to wake Chris up.
Matthew.
It's the art for me.
The art is bummy, but I like it because it's handcrafted. But I don't like that kind of art. It's ugly.
And they would have had black, showing the truth.
Which would never happen, but
Yeah.
they whited this shit out bad, yo. Look. That's some trippy shit.
Yeah, put her in there, Pepe. Put her in there. She wants to eat. She wants to get some. Get the fuck away from me. She keeps trying to be on the ground and all that poison is down. I didn't even see that one. This one says the star in the east.
The three wise men, when they went to go visit Yahweh Shai at his birth, and there was one king that was coming to try and kill him, but he didn't know where the child was at. And they knew, and there was a chariot that was leading them to where the child was at, and under the chariot it was the child, and it was Mary and Joseph. But they followed that star, the east star, to go find him. Make sure that nobody would kill him. Because they knew who he was when he was born. So. I'm just getting the book. OC. This is an old book, man. Ezekiel. Jeremiah's, Isaiah's, Ecclesiasticus. I think they got one that's called Ecclesiastes.
That's in the other Bible, right?
It's in this one too. Proverbs, it should be. Psalms. If they take it seriously, how come niggas don't take it seriously? Because this shit delicate. It ain't no marks. It ain't shit up in this motherfucker.
No writing on it, nothing. Except for the picture.
Not what I want to see. I don't care about them old ass books. I mean old ass paintings. Nobody care about that shit. It's the order of the book that I'm looking at. Judith. Tobias. Esdras. Here it is. Yes. And it's right order. Yes. Yeah. And it's 17 what Bible? This date?
It'll go back past 1921.
1921 Bible. It's a right date to it, but I'm gonna just put that 1921. The original order. Woo, and the white man had this. That's crazy. He don't even know what it is. Kings in its original order. Because all of these books, they in this book. And that's the last book. This is all in the last book. Tobit. Tobit should be somewhere in there too. Wisdom of Solomon, the second book. See, Ecclesiasticus. Wait, we just seen that. It's the one that's called Ecclesiastes. That's some heavy shit, man. They got a lot to answer for. Maccabees is the last chapter, and Maccabees ain't even the last chapter. Weird. Where's Maccabees?
It was like in the middle.
There it is. See? Ecclesiastes. This should be the New Testament book, so. This is the type of book you read right here, boy. It gives you everything you need to know. Well, you gotta know history, too. You can't just read it and be like, oh, I know everything.
Here.
They got this old-ass slave trade flower.
Why do you call it a slave trade?
Because that's probably where it came from.
Don't sweep up this shit on my fucking floor.
Maccabees.
Where the remote at? You're done. The belly's right there already. I already told you I was gonna beat your ass. I told you to clean that shit up and you didn't even clean it up. You got your baby sister crawling all over shit. This nasty shit. That's your job, because you don't clean nothing else up anyway. The fuck? Clean that shit up. Get all that shit up.
So when you see my video calling you how about Shem Yahushai and Name Yahushai, when you see my video, this video is that mean you know I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about anything. And the book of Maccabees is the last book in the Apocrypha. But it's in the middle of the Bible. That's crazy. They tell you that they tried to hide history from us. Sorry for the noise in the background, but I just wanted to get this out there. And then the second book of Maccabees is with it. So on and so forth. Saint Matthew. Saint Luke, Saint John. The Acts of the Apostles. as hell. It's an old book, man. It says that. Call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That was the Spirit of the Lord. Just so I can at least see this book. Even though the book is not what I'm worth. It's the wisdom, knowledge, understanding, but it's proof of this being taken extremely serious. Where is it? One of my favorite passages in this book. It should be in here. Just so when people see my videos, they know exactly that I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about anything. Shout out to Great Millstone for revealing this truth to me, because I wouldn't even have known what this was when I stumbled upon it. Or maybe that was the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua sending it to me. That was. God don't do nothing for no reason. Here it is. This is one of the passages in the Bible that were unchanged. It says, now there were in the church which was at Antioch and prophets and teachers, among whom Barnabas and Simeon, who was called Niggers, and Lucius and Cyrene and Menahem, who was the foster brother of Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. So that one is a good one. And when they ministered to Yahweh in fasting, the Holy Ghost said to them, separate me, Saul and Barnabas, for the work to which I have taken them. Then they, fasting and praying and imposing their hands upon them, sent them away. So they, being sent out by the Holy Ghost, went to Cilicia, if I pronounced it right, and from thence they sailed to Cyprus. And when they were, and they come were to no, and they were come to Salamina, they preached the word of Yahweh in the synagogues of the Jews. And they had also John their brother in their ministry. And when they had gone through the whole island, As far as Paphos, they found a certain man, a magician, a false prophet, a Jew whose name was Bar Jesu. So his name is Bar Jesu, but when you look in here, it's actually pronounced as Bar Jesus. And this is the King James version that I do believe took place after this Bible was created. They got as much as they can, but it wasn't in the right order. But you can see in a weird type of way that the King James version was rushed. It was meant to hurry up and put whatever they could together so they can broadcast it and get it out. Because you know King James was killed, and before he was killed, he had created the King James Version Bible. Or so they say. Well, you know, if I got it right, if I got it wrong, I got it wrong, whatever, but that's pretty much what it was. Here it go right here. I'll leave my shit bookmarked. And the C, it says the same thing, who were called niggers, because the prophets are black. And it says, now when they had gone through the island of Paphos, they found a certain sorcerer, a false prophet, a Jew whose name was Bar Jesus. But they called it Bar Jesu, but it was the same thing, Bar Jesus, who was with the proconsul of Sargus Pilus, an intelligent man. The man called for Barnabas, Saul, and sought to hear the word of Yahweh. But Elymas, the sorcerer, for so his name was translated, withstood them, seeking to turn the proconsul away from the faith, because he was worshiping another god. It says, then Saul, who was also called Paul, filled with the Holy Spirit, looked intently at him and said, "O full of deceit and of all fraud, you son of the devil. You enemy of all righteousness, will you not cease perverting the straight ways of Yahweh? And now indeed the hand of the Lord is upon you, and you shall be blind, not seeing the sun for a time." And immediately a dark mist fell on him, and he went around seeking someone to lead him by the hand. Immediately, a curse. They're telling you it's a curse behind this book. So let me go to one of the pictures so I can quote one of those great scriptures. I have a bad habit of not quoting scriptures without the chapters and the verses attached to them. I just remember them. Now, if you notice in this book, here is the famous false god. So it says, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and the sea. No, that's another one. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, who covered the faces of the judges of thereof. If not, and where and who is he? So it went from black to white. Instead of it being a dark-skinned man, if you look in the greatest treasuries of Russia, I do believe, it's not what it's called, but if you look at their frescoes and their old paintings, they portray the Messiah, which is Yahweh Shai, as a dark-skinned being. But you go to the New Age, you know, pretty much during the Renaissance, the time of the rebirth, and during that period of time, they was destroying all of the old ancient pictures, and they were destroying and renovating the Bible itself. Instead of it saying Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, it would say God and Jesus Christ, because they didn't want you to know the truth. So now this is an old picture. It's so old they got a sheet to protect it. Very old. Like I said, one of those probably those famous painters like Leonardo da Vinci had created it, or one of his followers. You never know. You know, the one that created the image, which is Caesar Borgia, this guy right here, and he wanted to be the image of the Messiah. So Leonardo da Vinci had created the image out of Caesar Borgia's image, when that is not what God looks like, or the Son of God looked like. So, you know, right there. And I'll show you another one. The Prophecy of Siphonius. Didn't know about that book. It's books in here that you don't even know who they are. Osea, I do believe. Get another the story of Daniel when the writing was on the wall, and that king was drinking out of the cups, the gold cups, and the plates and bowls out of the fallen prophets. Yeah. But as you can see, it's whited out. It's not showing the dark beings or the melanated people of that time. It's actually showing Roman architecture, you know. And I do believe even the king in that time, Nebuchadnezzar, I think the descendant of Nebuchadnezzar, he was even a Hamite, dark-skinned person. Very interesting. I just wanted to get a couple of records in it and post this book. The time is coming. And like Yahweh said, I will pour my spirit upon all flesh. So, you know, especially the Israelites, he would give his knowledge to the Israelites so we know, you know, who we are, and we know the truth about this, the truth about the Bible and the mystery that it's trying to tell us. Ezekiel is even pronounced different. It's even in a different position than it was in the original book. More old paintings. It's pretty old. But what's the point if it's not accurate, right? Lamentations of Jeremiah. That's new, because it just said Lamentations. Just Lamentations. Another book added in this edition in its proper order. Certain books was missing. So these books right here that I got, which is the King James Version. This is King James. And then you got the Apocrypha, which is separate. And it's proof that they didn't want you to know everything. They didn't want us to know. And in order for us to know, we had to find out. You know, like I said in the Bible, but when the dragon sent the flood after the woman in the sky, that the earth had helped her get away, and she grew wings of an eagle, and she flew into the wilderness. So that earth is talking about the relics that would pop up that would be proof and aid us and identify us as God's chosen people. So very interesting. Jeremiah, Isaiah, is Isaiah or Isaiah is pronounced different. It's much older. I'm about to get ready. I got to get ready to go to work. So, but man, this is and it came to me. I was asleep, and my brother's girlfriend, she had came. She had came and she had presented the book, and some white man had it. It belonged to a white man, and this book is very, very old. Rumor has it came from an old royal line, and there's not too many of these books wandering around, so I had to get a record of it before it was gone. It's not the book though. At the end of the day, it's the wisdom and knowledge and understanding that the book contains. So this guy made look. It even says wisdom. We don't have that book, and in the Bible. It's only just the song and the wisdom of Solomon. But this one says wisdom, another book that was missing, that's put in its proper place. I wish I had time to read it, but I don't. Canticles. This might be Chronicles. It says pronounced differently. Or it might be Canticles. Who knows? The Solomon's Canticle of Canticles. Don't know. You see that? That's weird. Another book missing that was added. The Great Millstone, they'll know a lot more, you know. But I know the truth. As long as I know the truth, that's fine. This is the Old Testament, the Holy Bible. This is the original. This is canon. So it ain't no Book of Enoch in it. It's no the books of Adam and Eve. It ain't no Sefer in it. It ain't no Muslim Bible added in it, you know. None of that is canon. This is all that is canon, or what they could find, because there's other books missing from the Bible. But this is a big bulk of them that is all together. And they say that in his generation, this guy said that this book been passed down for 100 years in his generation. This Bible may be like at least 100, 200 years old. That's some shit right there, yo. More whited out, being whited out, instead of them showing the actual people, they showing the wrong people. This was very good fun. Psalms.
It's the book of Zephaniah.
Zephaniah. Oh. Yeah, it's more Greek than it is English.
That's what I said, but you probably wasn't even reading it.
No, it wasn't. So it's Zephaniah.
Yeah, Zephaniah.
Weird. Okay.
Oh, you see it in the book too, Mama? It says that.
Job. That's the book of Job, another old painting. Esther in its Judith in its rightful place. The only one that I haven't seen yet is Bel and the Dragon, which is probably somewhere in here, but it was a small story. Or it might be in a part of another chapter, another book altogether. But it's accurate. Bel and the Dragon and other ones that are in the Apocrypha right here. Tobit. Bel and the Dragon. So it's in here. Wow, this is one interesting thing to find. You see how this one was in the New Testament. Ooh, they remixed the Bible so you wouldn't understand it. But it's actually in the Old Testament. I just had to capture it. Kings, yes, Kings in its rightful place. But it's crazy that that one is in the New Testament, and Kings is in the Old Testament. But how, when the chronological order of Pelaphilion or something like that was right after Kings? That's crazy. The Book of Samuel. That's crazy. It's within Kings. What the hell? Book of Samuel is within Kings. Am I tripping? No, it's within Samuel. The first book of Samuel. Oh, the first book of Kings. Okay, I get it now. Never mind. Ruth. Judges. See how they whited it out. Ugh. Look at Esau. He in every picture. I was God. I was the prophets. Me. Yeah, whatever it is. Joshua. His name is Joshua. After this is Deuteronomy. They remixed the Bible so bad, they even mixed the chapters up in King James Version, and then they separated the Apocrypha. And the trippy part about it is that at the end of the book too, right here, is Revelation, right? Revelation, that's not what it's called in this book. So we're going to flip back. Ooh, what a journey. It wasn't even a journey to look through this. You flip back. You go all the way back. Galatians. And this is the name of Revelation, Apocalypse. So apocalypse probably can mean something in secret. I got to look up the actual meaning of the word. But it does have a lot to do with the destruction of, the destruction of Babylon and all that. But you got to know the meaning of the word. It might sound scary, but it can mean something else. But that's the original name for Revelation. Let me see how they got Revelation right there. It's changed. Woo! To think that it's even bigger than this when all the books are combined. Because rumor has it, it's more books missing. But this is mostly all of them that they could find. And if white man had this, you telling me these people are more obsessed with the book than we are. Deuteronomy, the book of law. I think it's the second book of law. Numbers. Leviticus. I don't care about the pictures, man. Exodus. The global flood. Yep. Get a good picture of it. When God flooded, Yahweh flooded the world and only 8 people survived. Okay, and Genesis is in its natural order. Wait a second, that's Genesis. This is Genesis, right? Yeah. And then it's the full breakdown of the Bible before you read it. But it's not accurate. The paintings and all that ain't accurate. They're not on point. They wanted to be the prophets so bad. The Ark of the Covenant. That's how they whited it out for me. And as you can see, it ain't no flat earth theory. The planet is round. It's not flat. Why would God make a plate-shaped Earth and all the other planetary systems around? That's stupid. But you get straight to it because all of this knowledge will have you searching up stuff. You wouldn't even get to the truth. You'll be so lost. So get straight to it rather than reading all this. I mean, it's well informed, but I'd rather get straight to the book than let all of this confuse me, because it can confuse you. And there we go. not giving me a time. That's what I'm really looking for. Like the age of when it was created. But it is different dates from that age. Like this right here. So it can be protected, even though the architecture is false. And it had actual locks to it, so not everybody can just read it. You can actually put a lock on it. Like that story in the book of, what is it called? The book of Eli. Go back through it one last time. No, going back to the chapters at that time. This is all the original order, so I can always have it forever and ever. I think it's 1492 Bible. No, it's not. And with that, calling Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and Em Yahushai, I just wanted to show you one of the oldest Bibles prior to the I think it's the Torah, because that's the Bible that actually breaks down the Paleo Hebrew and all that. But this one afterwards is the book and what these people had did. This was the original one, and then afterwards you get the King James Version and so on and so on, which is being broken down and actually rearranged and changed. They even took out the Apocrypha so they wouldn't get it. So it was pre-broke down all the way to the point to where when the original people of the Yahweh would discover it, we wouldn't understand it. But the truth got to us before the book did. So it's not the book that holds any value. It's the knowledge and wisdom and understanding inside of the book that holds the value. And with that, calling Yahweh Shem Yahshai and Em Yahshai, Shalom.